The order Cetacea comprises a series of aquatic mammals, most remarkable for their complete and irreversible adaptation to the marine environment. No extant member of the group is capable of surviving unaided upon land, and all are obliged by the structure of their lungs to rise intermittently to the surface for the purpose of respiration. The nostrils, now situated dorsally upon the head and functioning as blowholes, allow for the expulsion and intake of air with minimal exposure. The history of their descent, as far as can be discerned through anatomical and fossil evidence, indicates a terrestrial origin. The transition from land to sea appears to have taken place during the Eocene epoch, and it is clear that the lineage once possessed fully developed limbs, ambulatory in character and adapted for weight-bearing. These limbs have undergone progressive reduction. The posterior pair is now entirely internal and non-functional. The anterior limbs have become rigid paddles, no longer capable of flexion. The tail, once of limited motility, now bears horizontally flattened flukes that provide the principal means of propulsion through vertical oscillation. Two great divisions are generally acknowledged within the order. The first, Mysticeti, includes those species which feed not by grasping or tearing, but by filtering. The mouth is lined with long, parallel plates of baleen, composed of keratin, which serve to strain minute organisms such as krill from great volumes of seawater. The second division, Odontoceti, is characterized by the presence of functional teeth and the use of echolocation. These latter species emit high-frequency pulses and interpret their return, allowing them to locate prey and navigate even in total darkness. The anatomical means by which these sounds are projected and received, principally through the melon and jaw fats, are distinctive and not found in other orders of mammals. The brain of the cetacean is of considerable size, especially in Odontocetes, with a degree of convolution greater than most terrestrial mammals. The exact significance of this feature remains unclear, although it is generally agreed that auditory processing and spatial mapping are highly developed in this group. Vision is retained, though less dominant, and the eyes are flattened and adapted for refraction underwater. Olfactory organs are absent or vestigial. In all respects, the sensory priorities of the cetacean are dictated by the peculiarities of its habitat. The skin is hairless and highly specialized. Beneath it lies a substantial layer of fat, commonly referred to as blubber, which serves as insulation against thermal loss in colder waters and provides a reserve of energy during periods of fasting or migration. The musculature of the body is arranged to facilitate steady forward motion with minimal lateral deviation, and the entire body form is evidently subject to hydrodynamic constraint. Their methods of feeding vary considerably, both between and within the two major divisions. Some mysticetes engage in lunge feeding, wherein large quantities of water and prey are engulfed at once, and then expelled with the tongue while the prey is retained by the baleen. Other mysticetes engage in continuous skimming. Odontocetes, by contrast, exhibit a wide array of techniques, including solitary pursuit, cooperative herding, and, in some cases, the use of tools. Prey consists largely of fish and squid, although certain species are known to take larger vertebrates. Social structures among cetaceans are not uniform. Some species form long-lasting groups, in which cooperative behavior and vocal coordination are evident. Others are more solitary or form aggregations only seasonally or opportunistically. Vocalizations are frequent across the order. In Odontocetes, these often include patterned whistles and pulsed clicks. In Mysticetes, low-frequency moans and sequences of calls have been recorded at great distances. It remains a matter of speculation to what degree these serve purposes beyond the immediate coordination of movement or foraging. The global distribution of cetaceans is extensive. They occur in every ocean, from polar seas to equatorial zones. Some species are confined to particular habitats, shallow bays, river deltas, or deep pelagic zones, while others range widely, crossing entire basins. Seasonal migrations are observed in many cases, though not in all. These movements are evidently influenced by prey distribution, temperature gradients, and ocean currents. The precise mechanisms by which these paths are navigated remain imperfectly known, though there is evidence of geomagnetic sensitivity in some species. Their dives are of varying duration and depth. The physiology enabling prolonged submergence is complex and includes reduced heart rate, selective circulation, and high concentrations of oxygen-binding molecules, In certain species, such as members of the family Zephydidae, dives exceeding 2 hours in duration and reaching depths greater than 2,000 meters have been documented. Human activity now intersects significantly with the lives of cetaceans. Among the most pressing disturbances are entanglement in commercial fishing apparatus, chronic acoustic interference from ships and sonar, and direct strikes by fast-moving vessels. The long-term consequences of these disruptions, especially when combined with chemical pollutants and shifts in prey availability due to climate change, are only beginning to be measured. Some populations appear resilient, others decline rapidly under pressure. Many species remain imperfectly studied. Their movements, associations, and daily routines, being conducted in a medium inaccessible to continuous human observation, are known only through inference and increasingly through remote sensing technologies. Satellite tags, hydrophones, and aerial imaging contribute to the data set, but gaps remain substantial. In summary, cetaceans present a singular case of terrestrial mammals so thoroughly and irrevocably transformed by aquatic life that no part of their existence remains on land. The air must still be drawn from above, but everything else, locomotion, feeding, perception, and behavior, is governed by the physics, acoustics, and geography of water. Their presence in the oceans is not incidental. It is the outcome of a total and anatomical commitment, sustained across tens of millions of years.